Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute joy to have the Bulls back. What's up, boy?
What up, son?
I'm very well. I just want to take this moment at the beginning of the pod to say that probably from next week, there'll be a new little sub show going on, the one that I told you about. We're just going to have a little bit of fun with it. It's going to be on Patreon. It's going to be on YouTube. When you're available, you jump in and dive in. If you're not available, I'll do it solo with Jizz. Well, it's kind of solo with Jizz, isn't it? You know what I mean? I saw him today.
Did you?
Yeah, I met up with him for a bit. He was in the city and he was going to meet with one of the many clients, whatevs. You know, I met his our partner, Ian, a genuinely nice guy. Spells it with an I though. As in I, one of those ones. Don't get fancy. Yeah, don't get fancy, son. Your name's Ian. Like, it's like if I start doing Rob with two B's, it's a problem. It's a real problem. I think it's only fair that we run past this. This is a big weekend of fights, to be honest. Massive weekend.
It was Will Smith, Chris Rock. Fucking.
That's where I wanted to start. I truly wanted to start on that one because it is. I've had, I don't know, 10 sessions, 11 sessions today. All of them have had to have a, like, listen, you're a professional. Yes or yes? Stunt slap.
Yes, like, so when I saw the slap and the slap only, that's 100% what I thought. The crazy ass look in his eye when he was talking.
Yeah, but Will's been mad.
Yeah.
Will's been crazy. Like, how are you gonna have? Yeah, how are you? Like, could you imagine if like Marcy had a pod, and then brought you on the pod, and then just proceeded to talk about getting banged out by another man on the pod while you just there like.
How you can't fuck either, and that's why she had to go elsewhere. It's like, damn, son.
Jada's a lizard person. I'm gonna say that right now, straight up. She's a lizard person. She has always made me very uncomfortable, even in the days of Nutty Professor when she was a full-scale piece. Like, her mum is a borderline domestic terrorist. Let's not forget that she probably is still very friendly with Afeni Shakur if she's still around. Also, known domestic terrorist. Whatever, you know.
Yeah, but big up.
Very, very odd situation. Now, again, we did this last time. If I was conspiratorial, if I was that way inclined, potentially, I would say that Will has probably got a couple of heavier films coming out. And we all saw him get cucked out so bad last year that, listen, yeah, you're not I Am Legend anymore. I am Kark. You know?
Yeah, my thing is, because my mates in Australia sent me the video first because it happened with the timeline, time delay and everything. So I woke up to that, and they reminded me of something. Did you ever see do you remember when he had his dad bod and he was going to try and lose 20 pounds in 20 weeks? So I haven't seen the YouTube things, but they were telling me, like, and when you look at the titles, it was supposed to be like a 20-week thing, and it's like 5 episodes, and like apparently after like 3 of them, he quit. Then his mum had
Can I just say, right? I'm going to say this right now because I'm going to fluff myself. It's been 14 weeks, and I've done 28 pounds, and I'm 5'8". He's a big man. Will's all of 6'3", 220, 230. He's a unit.
Those picks, yeah.
No, I mean, knocking 20 pound off, that's like me knocking 5. Bothered.
Yeah.
He's a lunatic.
Yeah, like, I just think there's a lot going on. Like, and that's the thing that I'm like, I don't know, like, the slap looked fake for sure. Or like, either way, Rock is a G. Like, he took that like a champ. The composure to keep talking, the little roll with it. I was like, go on, son. Like,
well, you know, you would think that Rock is shrewd enough, clever. And I mean, how much is Rock worth? Even after the divorce, he's got to be worth north of 50 bar, hasn't he?
Oh,
like, he's got to be worth a fortune. And the same, if he ever F's up big with the old Hollywood cartels, he just says, Netflix, I'll do 2 new specials. How much are you going to give me? And they'll Dave Chappelle him. Like, it's Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Like, Chris Rock is the Chappelle of like, yonder legend. He rolled it like Barrera. He took that like a G. There was no reaction though. Like, his eyes weren't phased. He didn't seem that. It was just like, you know, the thing that I think it was. Did you ever get smacked in the face by your dad? Like, but not a proper shot. Like the warning ones, you know, when you've just mouthed off a little bit, like you thought you would C-bomb at a dinner party and you get a slap, one of them ones, and it just twists you a little bit and you're like, that didn't hurt, but I'm shocked.
Yeah, shook.
I wonder if it was that.
Yeah, I mean, you can and like all I want to know is because when he was like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth, and he's like, I will, and he goes to start saying something, he's like, no, I couldn't, and he just leaves it. I'm like, I want to know what that was, because you know that was going to be some career destroying shit.
Now, do we go as far to say that was staged?
Look, I wouldn't put it past it, but something's telling me no. Like,
really?
Yeah. Like, just the fact that I'll put it like this. I hope it's not the case. And I hope, and even if it is, I don't think it'd be too severe, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see a headline with Will Smith that's not too amazing sometime soon. Like, I feel like he's not in a great place. And
do you mean like my 3, maybe 4 potential conspiracies to watch that I shared with you the other day? Number 1, Kim Kardashian runs for president. That's happening. Fact. I'm telling you right now. You heard it here. What is it today? 28th of March, 2022. Kim Kardashian will run for president within 5 years. She will be the new era of Reagan. She will be the puppet leader, first female presidente. Yes, queen. Number 2, Ghislaine walks. Fact.
Oh, big.
She walks. They've already found a problem with one of the jurors. This is a very different podcast to what's expected, but don't worry. She walks. She doesn't do a second of time. Number 3, should we have freed Britney? That's all I'm going to say to you. She commits an atrocity within 6 months. She drives a G-Wagon, specifically a silver G-Wagon, through an outside mall, maiming at least 17. Will, I believe, maybe meets a very strange, untimely demise on a bungee jump accident or something like that, where people go, Jada. Oh, August is already living in the house, is he? Sick. Anywho, that wasn't the most fun fight of the weekend.
Put some money down on those bets, is all I'm saying.
I'm telling you, at least 3 of those are happening. It's a toss-up between Britney or Will. Which one of them goes first? Which one of them commits the atrocity first? We don't know. Where do you want to start with the UK cards? Or do you want to start in vein of Jada? Because obviously there's parts of her that got beat up so well, like Berchelt, whatever, and Nakithilia, he beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
He's done now, isn't he? Let's be honest. Like, whatever he is, he's damaged for a bit. He needs to just chill out and just maybe reset, rewind, whatevs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do your boy Tim?
Let's do. Oh, actually, I'm going to do a shout out to, because I'm not sure if you saw it, but One Championship, we're celebrating their 10th anniversary.
I mean, obviously not.
They put 3 shows back to back. Like, it was epic. It was like fucking 6 hours, 7 hours of fights. Did I get busted watching fights during a date lunch? Yes, I did. But shout out wifey, she was cool.
I'm going to go as far to say that that's on One FC, because they should have known that with the time difference, that's peak lunchtime for you.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So
it's not your fault. I think, if anything, they're complicit in this. One FC are just astonishingly huge outside of the US and Europe. It's madness.
The fights are so good. Like, drug testing is not a thing. So, like,
I thought they were super hot on drug testing.
I don't know.
I thought that they were like super hot on rehydration, drug testing.
Rehydration for sure.
I thought that they were big. Maybe they have certain fights where they maybe look the other way.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure. But either way.
Good.
Like, yeah. So good. Even without that, like, it just incredible. The caliber of the fighters. And so they had Mighty Mouse, who's one of the best MMA fighters. You know, everyone, like, he's a G, against Rod Tang, who's one of the, like, Muay Thai. They announced his records like 264 wins, 40, like, dude's a fucking animal, iron chin. And they did 1 round MMA, 1 round Muay Thai, 1 round MMA. And it makes it super exciting because you're like, this.
How do they change that up? Because
So
that must be so hard to change the rule set, especially if you've been buzzed or whatever.
Yeah.
That's madness.
So round 1, Muay Thai, round 2, MMA, then it goes back to Muay Thai, and then you finish with MMA. And you're like, oh man, like, so Rodtang can put people out like this.
Yeah.
So like he could get him out in the first. If it goes to the second, it ain't going to the third.
No.
Because if Mighty Mouse gets him on the floor, it's game over. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah. So it was a tear up in the first. And it's amazing how the style changed. Like Rodtang's like on the front foot, he's like, I need to get him out of here. And then round 2, he's like, I need space. So he's like teeping and push kicking and try and stay away, gets to the ground and he literally gets put to sleep. But it just respect, like just to have 2 goats of their thing combining, sick. And like so good of one to put on fights like that. John Wayne Parr was chasing his 100th win after having 99 wins. It was a retirement fight. He didn't get it. But man, for a guy that like fight a chump, you know what I mean? Like he has fought everybody. The guy, you can't make a soldier more than him. No hips. No. Switch the boxing, switch back. He just loves it so much. He fought Nicky Holtzkin in his last fight, which is a terrible fight in your prime. Like he's an animal. And he's fighting him now. Like so much respect for that dude. And even though he didn't get it, I think they should give him a commemorative win because he deserves it.
I think that John Wayne Parr is second only to Mick Dundee as the most Australian man to ever have existed. Like, name me a more Australian man to have ever existed than John Wayne Parr.
True. It's true.
Right? You know that for a fact. He doesn't have a mobile phone. He goes on top of the rock and gives it the... You know, he rolls deep. Do you remember Bully Beatdown on MTV?
Yeah.
That was sick. They used to do that. They used to do like, you got 1 round of striking with pads on and then like the next one, it's like Jake Shields just literally going to pull your arms off if you can run away. How? I wonder how many insurance claims they had on that.
I know, right?
Anyway. Yes, tremendous.
Yeah,
Tim.
It was brilliant.
Aussie to Aussie. Great. Go.
Tim, look, good to see him tested, right? Like,
very. And that, listen, that guy's no mug. He is super resilient. Yes, he got dropped with a very slick, quick.
Yeah, beautiful shot.
Beautiful counter shot. Anyone goes down. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah, early doors, you know.
Cold. He did proceed to beat the shit out of him afterwards, like in true Tim style. Again,
how much does he look like Costa? Even
he's better than Costa. He's better than him. Like, and that's why I'm okay. The only reason that I'm saying that is because what Tim does is effortless. When Costa did it, there was like the muscles popping. You could see effort in what he was doing with it. There's something just poetry of it's just so efficient with
and it's
Tim.
like this, you can tell there's so much more, like he is just improving. Like
his little brother's a fucking animal as well.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking hell, what water they been on? I want some.
Fucking breed them different, huh?
Powerful Tim. I think if Charlo stays, I think we see Tim and Charlo pretty soon, or Costano, or whatever. It's whatevs. Do you know how is your elbow for a start? Where we at? Oh, you better chill the fuck out, boy. I'm on a no fap month. Guys, when you have a couple more falls, right? And when Marcy's not looking and I get you to sign over power of attorney, we're going to be investing a lot of money in probably at the minute due to the current climate, like Raytheon, BAE, Boeing, Weapons Tech, Lockheed Martin. And what are we going to use for that, Brother Streets? Live Squawk, powered by Market Squawk. Or maybe the other way around, Market Squawk, powered by livesquawk.co.uk. For all of your on-demand data needs, support for this podcast is brought to you by Live Squawk that powers Market Squawk. Sorry, mate.
Not sponsoring weapons.
No, they've got. They're not sponsoring weapons. I would. Mate, bro. Listen, if Lockheed or Raytheon said we'll join the Patreon for $150 a month, mate, bothered. At the current climate, I would take on chemical companies that have taken out rainforests. I would take on chemical companies that have made rivers in the Stans. Like, you can't even go in it. It's hot all the time for no reason. 150, welcome to the page. Thank you for joining. Enjoy the support. Yeah. I've already said to you, one of these days, the podcast is going to be sponsored by Genocide. And then it's going to be all right. Right. UK card. I would like to, if it's okay with you, many cards. I think we should start with Sky.
Let's do it.
Right. Fine. Good card. Fun card. I watched a lot of it, to be honest. I would say almost all of it. I was on YouTube before it started on there. I paid my now TV, $11.95, whatever it is. Good card head to toe.
Yep.
I want to start because I had a little chat with Super Dan Azeez. And I also had a little chat with Reece, the geezer that he fought, who's going to be coming on the pod.
Oh, wow.
He's never done a pod before. We would be his first one. And I want to give him a little shout out because he fought valiantly. He was crafty.
And that's Dan. Dan is a fucking savage.
Exactly. He was crafty. Okay. So I want to get back to what I want to talk about Dan afterwards. So just to say, Tinker, I think is his name. I can't remember properly. I think it's Tinker. Pulled out for medical reasons. 48 hours. You got to find an opponent, right? Now, let's not forget that that's always been Don King's trick, right? He sends in these, and Frank Warren, he'll send in these opponents that are in shape and it fucks up your shit. That geezer had, I think, 12 more fights. He's currently being put number one, the weight below, granted, for the Commonwealth title. That's no mug, right? Yeah. No mug whatsoever. And he knew what he was doing. He was late notice. He was big. He was strong. And he was very, very tough and awkward.
Yeah.
And Dan dealt with it, right? Now, Dan, to be fair, because he is such a gentleman, was talking very openly about that wasn't his good performance, that wasn't this and wasn't that. I was chatting to Uncle Larry today. I'm like, he stopped a good, more experienced opponent, and he's like, it's madness. Like, who is going to moan that was a bad performance? Johnny Nelson was throwing a bit of shade, and you know that Daddy loves Johnny.
Yeah,
Johnny was a bit salty last night or Saturday night, whenever it was. I saw him on an interview saying how beatable Usyk is, and it's like, yeah, all right, but like, where does this come from? I don't know what you see that.
Exactly. What happened since last fight?
Yeah. I mean, but he was saying about Usyk being beatable before. I don't know if they've said to John, like, look, say what you want, have fun, do what you need.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the case, but I thought it was an inevitability that he was going to win that Cartwright card. I didn't really believe, like, Tasha Jonas was actually spot on. She's like, I gave him a couple of rounds, but you could see all of the momentum was with Azeez. All of the power shots were with Azeez. He was catching Dan with a couple of weird, like, jab, step back, jab, shot counters that were popping his head a little bit, and he had a little bit of swelling on the eye. That's a comparative thing, because I think everyone just remembers the last fight where Dan Hagler style destroyed the dude that he was the favourite, you know? I think there's a weird comparative with that. But like, for me, I felt a little bit like, and again, Dan's on the pod on Monday, right? I felt a little bit like, I was just like, well, what do these people fucking want?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like, winning ain't enough anymore. It's like how you win and all this.
He stopped the guy. Like, how else? How much better is there a way to win it other than the one that was on the gram today? That geezer got taken to another place. What happened?
No.
I think that, and we'll ask Russ, I think that was on the Montreal card that Russ worked on Saturday, because Luc Vincent messaged to say, do you want him? And we're like, obviously. Whoever that guy is, fine. I don't care if he even I will practice speaking French to him. I do not care. I'm ready to do it.
Luke Vincent, what a G.
What a gangster. He loves it.
Legend.
Maybe we should, maybe when we get Bowen and Raytheon and Lockheed and the chemical company and the page is doing a little bit better, maybe we should do a tour and go to Montreal.
Oh,
Russ would love that.
How plush would that be?
Be all right. He'd love it. We'd be all right. The whole card was good. There was a savage Pigford. He punched that dude's face off. It was just like a shotgun, wasn't it? It was done. Shout out Pigford. That went straight on the old Grammy and on the YouTubes. YouTube.com/fighting words. We are painfully close to 1,000 subscribers. We are painfully close to 1 million channel views.
Yeah.
Do your bit for your boys. Listen, we go on this journey. The fellowship expands. We take new grounds, and you come with us. That's all we're saying. I'm not asking for much. What are we asking for? £2 a month? Become a local celebrity. Help out. Now, I understand that we've been a little bit lax with page content, and the Patreons have been supporters and respect to them, but that's going to come back. It's fine. I've got plans. Yeah, you know, I'm through my little dark cloud, I think, in a minute. Yesterday was a bit shit, but I'm back. Whatevs.
He's back, baby.
I don't remember much of the other fights other than the main event on that Sky card. But it was there was nothing. It was a classic Sky card.
Yes.
Right.
Not sure.
Bigford looked good. Azim, he looked good.
Yes.
Yeah, he battered the geezer in 20 seconds, and then the little Azim done well as well. Like, they're moving. This is the power and the majesty of Sky, right? Because they are so tried, tested, and proven with their system, where someone like a Berchelt, who is a new promoter, who is quite an interesting guy, he has this unbelievable wealth of information that, like, DAZN doesn't have that. But Eddie, yes, he has Barry, which is his dad, but Sky have got teams for this.
Yeah.
Right? The assistants that they have, and, you know, I think he's doing really well. Bless him. Let's see. Main event?
Yep.
KG. Good. Enjoyed it heavily.
Yep.
I had Juma up 1 or 2 points at the point of stoppage, even with the knockdown. I just thought he was a lot craftier. The fight was in his terms.
Till he got Kovalev'd.
Oh my God, did he get Kovalev'd? Dude, how serious is it? Right, there are that fits in with 5 straight right stoppages. There's Morales Zaragoza. That was just horrible. He was just like, I am going to.
When you make someone do a roly-poly, like, it's bad.
It was so bad. And then Kovalev did it a few times. That was Kovalev's party piece. That straight right to the body was filth. And when you see them go down from that, you know that is just absolute. And it was instant.
Oh, my pancreas.
My God, pancreas. Fucking hell, it went out his arsehole. Right, he absolutely and utterly slammed him, didn't he? Like, it was big. Where did you?
His shoulders are fucking boulders.
Oi, Riakporhe, your unit, isn't he?
Jesus.
You know that transsexual swimmer that was like ranked 450, who's just like beat an Olympic silver medalist. That's probably a good point to say that happened. The turning point in his/her career was when he got involved with X-Brain and started using X-Brain products. That's what happened. So he's gone from 450 as a man to nothing to #1 as a woman. And I don't know what the IOC.
Did he use our discount code though?
Yes, he did. It was fighting words on checkout for anything X-Brain. That was seamless. Shout out. Xbrain.co.uk, promo code fighting words saves you 30% off all X-Brain branded products. But yeah, I am that. Other than, we'll go back to Riakporhe, but that guy, that being entity, he's got a set of shoulders on it.
Yeah.
Is it still got a rudder?
Fuck, I don't know. Like, no, I think it has to be gone. I don't know.
Does it?
I think so. I'm confused.
Mate, yeah, exactly. You ever wonder how much gender politics there is going on in Oz? Because I don't think I reckon the Sheilas are not like chains anymore. I mean, it's all getting a little bit naughty. But Riakporhe is an absolute unit of a man. I mean, the thing is there's something about him, isn't there? Because he's got some, like, Willem Smith done him, Chambers done him, you know, Juma done him. There was another one, I can't remember who it was, but it's another big name in the cruiserweight British scene. And he's with Angel Fernandez. He's winning, and he's winning well. I don't know what it is. For me, it's just like he seems a really cool guy as well. They just say I don't think he seems confident in him. I don't think he seems confident. But then, if you're a massive, jacked savage, maybe you don't need to give it the Akoli largeness. You know, giving it diamonds in the desert, rapping and doing whatever he was doing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's just like a very quiet, chill guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does know.
I don't know. It's also like it's interesting they got him headlining the cards back to back. It's good. I do. Yeah, I'll be interested to see numbers and that sort of stuff and everything.
Who do you want to see Dan against next? If you was going to do Lyndon, Yard, or Shakan Pitters, whatever, which one of them would you pick?
Yard.
It's got to be, isn't it? His attitude, his attitude towards it. There's a poll on our YouTube at the minute, which Yard is like big number one, and Lyndon's not that far from it. And I would as far to say that if Lyndon is now a promotional free agent, it's probably pretty likely he's going to Probellum, isn't it?
Yeah.
It seems like a likely guess. That's not a conspiratoria. Maybe they make that work, because I don't think Probellum's got any issues.
Great fight.
Yeah, not at all. The Zone?
Yeah.
Now, how much of it did you watch?
Quite a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I watched all the main fights. It's decent.
Yeah.
Dalton Smith?
Yeah.
I thought he was a bit on, like, I didn't really see those. They were on the belt line, those shots. He had 2 points taken away in one foul, which I haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Right? And they were on the belt line. That's the rule. I don't know really what that ref was all about. I mean, Dalton pieced him up. He's a proper talent, that boy.
Mm-hmm.
He really is. I don't know what you do with him next.
I'm all for, like, you know, sticking within the rule set and all that, but sometimes the refs, it's like, okay, just
settle down, you. Yeah, it's not about you
guys.
Yeah, but good fight. Dalton rolls on. Maxi Hughes looked decent.
Yep.
Retained his IBO. Not really much to say about that one. It was a good fight. It was just a good performance. What was weird was that the commentary team was saying that Maxi, since for a certain point of his career, when he's like fully fledged in his career, has never won 5 in a row. That was the first time he's done that ever. Which, respect, right?
Interesting stat, but yeah.
Yeah. Sky looked good.
Yes.
And she boxed as well. Cab driver banter. My wife's there. What?
I do question her judging a little bit. Like,
go on.
Well, because they were asking her about the fights later. We'll get to that when we
No. Go. Go on.
Well, because they were asking her about her thoughts, and she was like, "Oh, this could go either way." I think it was on the Bombs fight, and it's like, I mean, Bombs is smashing this. Like, there's no way this is really even close.
No.
Like, she was like, it's anyone's fight. It's like, it's not really. Like,
yeah, but sometimes, I mean, look, they had, sometimes when they're on the commentary team, they just, I don't know what I mean, it must be hard. Like, you remember when we started this, just you and me, when we've done the lives, the first live we did, we're literally just sitting on your couch going like, just giving it like the sly eyes, isn't we? Taking down a couple of power shots to stay up through the night. You know what I mean? It was it wasn't engaging content, let's be honest.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the strategy wasn't fulfilled on that one. Maybe she could be an absolute don. And she's got a weird style as well. She's got a very, you don't expect that. She's got a Savannah-y style, wouldn't she?
Yeah, I like it though. Seeing it.
Yeah, I do too. She looked good. I feel a bit sorry for Beck, because like they just bring Beck out on a big DAZN card to get her beat up, don't they?
Yeah.
She had an OnlyFans for a bit. I don't know if she still does. Shout out Beck.
Support. Whatever. Head over.
Support. Yeah, whatever it is. Beck Connolly on the Instagrams. Yeah. Bombs. World champion now.
Listen, I'm going to say fuck I enjoyed her style. Like she always comes to fight, but there was a tactic to it this time, like the use of the jabs.
She's got tips now, isn't she? She's got big mark.
It was like I was like, damn, the way she was getting in and out and everything. I was like, this is entertaining boxing. Like,
and he took her to the pie mash shop up the road. Next time Russ is over, boy, he's going to that pie mash shop. Yeah. Tips is a great trainer.
Yeah.
Now, probably the most abrupt ending to any pod we've ever had was Mr. Tibbs. Do you remember? I'm hungry and it's dinner time, so I'm going to stop this now. That's not rude, is it? Well, like, no, mate, fill your boots. That's not rude, though, is it? Because I want a shower as well. You're like, no, mate, it's all good, man. It's been 8 minutes. Thank you for your time. Enjoy life in the bubble, Mark. Legend. Like, at that point, you just laugh it off, didn't you? Like, that was sick. Like, respect. Yeah, Ebony's a world champion now. I did like how she immediately was like, Shannon can wait. Like that.
Yeah.
Like that a lot because, you know, Shannon weren't exactly like that was a close fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't particularly like clear either way, but hey, respect to Ebony. She had a little bit of a dip and she's done the right thing. Right? She was kind of half-heartedly working in that gym before. Now she's fully in. And we said last time that she seemed like she's gone too much on the celebrity side.
Yes.
And forgotten what's got her there. And now she's really working on it. She looked better.
And I saw her explode in an interview where she was like, listen, I've fucking given up my life and country. Like anyone who doubts and thinks I'm just like a set of tits. And then she's like, oh shit. And now my tits are out. It was funny, but
it is. Yeah, she is quite funny.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah.
Main event.
Yes, sir.
I did not expect that. Honestly, I wanted Kiko to win. No disrespect to Josh Warrington. I just like the story of Kiko. Right, the greatest Spanish fighter of all time, unquestionably. You know, I thought he beat Warrington first time around. It was very close, but it doesn't. If that's not in the UK, he doesn't take that W at all. Warrington wasn't to be denied. And they were saying on the commentary team beforehand that there's like a vulnerability to Warrington after the Lara fights, which there was. Because that first one, he got fucked up. And that second one, he was on the cusp of getting fucked up. And it was very lucky that head happened and the cut happened because that looked like that was going pretty much the same way very, very quickly.
Yeah.
But he is world champion again. We're in a weird twist of fate. He relinquishes his belt. Galahad wins that belt. Kiko knocks out Galahad, and then he stops Kiko for his same belt. It's wonky, isn't it? Shout out to Lee. They wanted to get Lee in to give it all of the hype ever, and he went, "Nah, this is Josh's night."
Yeah.
And then they still tried it, and then Josh, to be fair, so he didn't really even say that he wanted to fight Lee. He was just like, "I want to go Vegas now."
Yeah.
So that I would take that as a no. Lee was just like, yep, chill, all good. Enjoy your night, pal. What happens now?
I mean, look, respect, compared and everything. He does use that head a lot. Like
he really does.
It's a thing. Like Kiko, like that was Warrington's night. That was always you could tell. Like that was just, it was meant for him. But fuck, man, they should have given Kiko a little bit of time. Like when someone like that is like pointing and being like, you know, he's not one of them ones. It's like, yeah. And you could see it was a clear, and it wasn't Kiko's fault. You'd think as the shorter guy, like it's going to initiate. It wasn't him. So
yeah, you put Kiko on all fours, he looks impossibly like a fucking pit bull from the top, doesn't he? He really has that build about him. He's just a weird build. I thought he broke Warrington's jaw, for fuck's sake. He landed a few shots on Warrington.
Yeah.
And considering Warrington got stopped bad by Lara, and then he was wobbled and hurt a couple of times in that second fight. He took some shots.
Yep.
Very well. So whatever he's been doing has clearly worked. Maybe he wasn't taking things seriously. Maybe he had a bit of a blip or whatever. How awkward is it when you hear a post-fight interview when he says in a Leeds accent, "I want to go home and have sex with my wife because it's been 4 weeks." That was like, I don't even know what to like. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, do you like sex? I like sex. You know, the best part of sex is the friction. You're like, well, what are you doing? Just fucking sharp effing the situation, you. It's fucking miserable, that. I don't know what happens with Warrington now. I don't know who are you going to fight in Vegas? Like, Lee's got the WBA. Lee's got to do Leo Santa Cruz, probably. Who knows? I would have liked them to. Yeah, but I would have liked them to unify. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with an all British dust up. You know, Lee's been promised the stadium for Nottingham, whatever that's called, Nottingham Stadium. Let's say that. Soccer kick grounds. It's a big place, right? Let them do it. You can't just have like a standard defense for that, though, can you? Like, that's got to be a unification. You got to do big. Yeah. I don't know what else there is, mate. Let's do this. What else was there?
I feel like there was loads, and now it's like,
no, we done Tim.
Yeah.
We've done Azeez, right? Listen, who knows what happens with Azeez? Now he's with Boxer. That's much better, right? Before, when he was a free agent bouncing around, you got no one backing you.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to say that at least if Boxer are putting a little bit of heft and cash and Sky power behind it. Oh, I do want to talk about something, actually. Denz and Linus on Channel 5. How do you feel about? I mean, you how many years you been here? 14 now.
Yeah.
12, 14.
14.
Yeah. Any news with the passport?
No, I need to send that off. I filled it all out. And then
I know I'm on there.
Yeah. I filled it all out, and then there's like save, and there was something. Oh, that's right, because I'm gonna have to bring in my passport. And I was like, I'll wait till I'm back from Italy, and then all my form filled out, and then obviously there's a time limit, so I need to refill all the shit out.
Yeah. But yeah, how do you feel about how many times have you watched Channel 5 that isn't showing Universal Soldier? Or babe, what's on Channel 5? Babe. Neighbours is on Channel 5. I would assume Home and Away is on Channel 5. Right, Sunset Beach, kind of shout-outs. Yeah, it's not.
Right.
It's not it's a weird channel. They don't really have very much, but they've got multiples of them. There's like 5 USA, 5 Star. 5 USA literally just plays CSI. That's all it plays. CSI and NCIS on a loop.
See, if they had Law and Order, I'd be about it.
They've got that too.
Oh, there you go. I'll fucking tune in.
They're the same program. All of them are the same program. But I was having a chat with young Jism today about it. I don't mind the Channel 5 thing. There's no barrier to entry whatsoever. In theory, you can have that. This is it, right? But they need to. If you're going to put Linus and Denz, which is a phenomenal. I'm not going to be rude because I love Denz and Linus is a new boyfriend, right? That's a phenomenal trade fight. Yeah.
Yep.
They're not household names. They are names for us. They're names for fans. They're names for people who love boxing.
Yeah.
They're not household names, right? Yep. Felix Cash is a much bigger name and was a bigger name when he fought Denz.
Yeah.
Then I would go as far to say Heffron was probably a bigger name than Denz when Denz beat him, right? At least, we'd all seen him a few times out and about on various cards. If they're going to do this on Channel 5, and they got Josh Kelly on that card, how pissed would you be if you're Josh Kelly? It's like, I was on Sky with DAZN, and then I decided not to go with DAZN because I'm going to be with Sky still, right? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to sign with you, Wasserman, yeah? Yeah. Sky, yeah?
You're on before Neighbours.
Yeah. No. They just say, yeah, there's a Sky. He's like, yeah, Sky. And he's like, yeah, definitely, Sky. Yeah, there's the Sky. And he's like, oh, yeah, sick. What do you feel about Channel 5? It's like, I don't know. What do you mean Channel 5? Yeah, you're on the undercard. No opponent named, fine. Josh is, I tell you what we do need to talk about, is another cautionary tale. But Josh has all of the talent ever. He is phenomenal to to watch. He is so fast, so slick, powerful enough, looks the part. You know, he's not the most engaging to hear him speak, but you can't have it all.
Yeah.
He needs a few like build back up fights. I think he's at 154 now, but they need to be very careful with those fights because I think there's a fragility to him that's a mental one. It's not a physical one. He's got all of the gifts ever. Yeah.
But I'm not sure it's also a gift that travels up weight that well. Let's see.
I mean, but who like the 154 with on the British scene, right? You keep him away from Troy Williams, right? Fact. You keep him away from Ted Cheeseman. You probably keep him away from a Metcalf unless Metcalf takes a couple of fucking beatings. I'm not sure really who you have on a big domestic level to challenge Josh other than him banging out a few journeymen for a bit. And then I don't know if there's like an intermediary step up for him to go on to where he can maybe have a bit of a... I mean, it would have to be someone decent for him to I don't know. I don't know what you do with him. He's a tough one, him. But yeah, like I was saying, like Wasserman need to put significant promotional cash behind that. There needs to be TV adverts. There needs to be radio adverts. You need to, if you're going to go onto terrestrial TV, you need to appeal to the people that care about terrestrial TV, which is people in the car listening, cab drivers, people driving to the work, all of that stuff. You need to be on adverts. You need to be on adverts of channels that are like daytime TV adverts, right? You have to do that. Otherwise, it's just a waste of a massive platform with a fantastic main event fight. But that's...
it's such a good fight.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was going to kill this, but then I've just remembered a bunch of stuff. So, Bobs. Tiafimo's been on the Will Smith vitamins, isn't he? What is he talking about? He's talking... He's not conspiratorially minded, but he's acting like he is. He's talking about he got stitched up. You're like... Now, you said that you won 14-1 on a 12-round fight when it happened or whatever you said. And, like... You'll say that you didn't get knocked down and all this other stuff. Like, I have no idea what Tiafimo is on about. He's on yum stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he handled that loss worse than Deontay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's not a good look. I think that he is 100% a cautionary tale. I think that he probably looks okay at 140 in the first fight. He probably looks a lot better in the second fight. Then I think he has real problems with a proper challenge at 140. I don't know if maybe he was like a freak anomaly, like a convergence at 22, 23, right time, right place, right style, right speed, right power. You know, he beat Loma. That's like he did edge him out. It wasn't as wide as the world seems to remember it as now, but he did beat him. Let's see. AJ and Usyk looks like it's on.
I know. That surprised me. That really surprised me.
It's a morale move, isn't it? Like the people need it. And like I said to you before, like someone upstairs has got a Ukrainian flag hanging out their balcony at the minute, but they if you ask them, you're like, oh, Loma. They're like, who? You're like, oh, Usyk. They're like, Usyk. Yeah, Usyk.
Yeah,
like, oh,
right.
Okay. Like, Usyk's the man. So, let's see. June. Still, I wonder if he goes in with Angel. Because, like, he's doing good numbers, isn't he, Angel? He's got good people under him. He's doing well with Riakporhe. He's doing all of it. Maybe it is what is required. I don't know. I'll be very interested to see.
Let's see. I mean, it's tough moving forward because Usyk is like a banana peel for anybody. That guy is a nightmare to fight. Now that we've seen that he handles size, trouble. If you're not Fury, trouble.
If there is going to be a time where you're going to catch listen, I'm not going to be rude when I say this, okay? I'm not going to say this in a negative way because AJ is a phenom. And I thought that Usyk fight, I've said this 1,000 times, I thought that was one of AJ's best performances.
Yep.
Yes, he lost, and yes, he didn't bang it out. He was holding his own with one of the best boxers ever, right? And that's metric for metric, that is fact. Usyk is up there with anyone. So is Loma, whatever. He didn't look bad doing that.
No.
Yes, he lost. Yes, he was completely and utterly exhausted. But that's what Usyk does. He boils you. And he does it in such a weird way that you just got nothing to even do. If you have peril in your homeland, if you are being removed from your country, and imagine the pressure. Like, the pressure before was all on AJ, right? Imagine the pressure that Usyk will have on his shoulders, knowing that not only does he have to fight for the Ukraine, which we'll be watching, he has to win. Because what is that going to do to his country if he takes an L to AJ? Bro, that's like Rumble in the Jungle pressure.
Yeah, but I feel like he's the sort of guy that will take it like Buster Douglas when his mom died. You know, it's like,
I hope so.
Channel that shit. And
I hope so, because because AJ doesn't want a compromised Usyk.
No.
Right? You beefing with people in DAZN comments for, bruv? How rare is it to pull an argument out of you with people on comments? What are you doing? That's my job.
I broke my own rule, man. You see what happens? Fucking hell.
Well, they proper laid into you as well, didn't they?
Yeah, like they invest so much time. I'm like, look, dickhead. It reads like, and I love when you're like, that's race, bro. It's like, if he's not American, it's like, what? Only Americans speak English. It fucking reads like, beat him again. He didn't beat him the first time. So how are you gonna fucking beat him again?
See, now
chance.
I actually understood when I saw that on your gram why you saw that, but then I also read it how AJ would have said it, and I kind of was like, that can be interpreted either way.
Yeah. Eddie said it, but yeah.
To a Brit, Eddie said it. To a Brit, sure. To a Brit from Essex, sure, I understand what he just said. To someone else, I can understand 100% because it said to beat Usyk again. And you're like, are you saying that this was a naughty robbery, or you...
See, that's the thing. If it's like a loss, like a stoppage, cool. But when there's a points thing and you're like saying beat again, it's like, oh, hang on, whoa. Are we saying that you think you won the first time? You know what I mean? That's the only issue. It's like, you've got to be careful with the words sometimes.
Fact. I don't think there's anything more other than Ken Bossis and Haney. Looks like it's done.
Yes, done deal. Can't wait for that shit.
He's gone to Top Rank, isn't he? Top Rank and DeBella. He's crossed the street.
Who?
Haney. I think Haney's... Yeah, I think because the Cambosis lot much preferred... Because Cambosis is with Lou. Lou's his main guy.
Yep.
They much preferred Top Rank to... maybe they don't like Eddie. Eddie's had a mare, ain't he, lately? Probably don't,
Cries himself to sleep on his cash, so he's all right.
Yeah, I don't think he's that fast. I think he's living quite well, to be honest. I think the geezer's all right. I don't see the hate on him. Like, he's doing a very good job.
The booing, I think, at this point is definitely a token thing. It's like tradition. Because, he's done great things for boxing.
He really has. Like, and listen, the zone's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
Do we get AJ Usyk 2 on the zone? Definitely not. Is it a DAZN pay-per-view? Probably. I would say that AJ is probably clever enough to say, staying with Sky. Why wouldn't you? Right? If it's a DAZN, if you have to download the app and you can order just that pay-per-view without doing a monthly thing, you got a very different story, but I don't think they'll do that.
Yeah.
I think it'll be something you order through the app when you're a member. Maybe they do a trial. They need to do that, maybe. 1 month free. It's going to annoy me, though, because I've got to fucking spend, whatever it is. Let's say it's 50 quid. It's actually going to be 60 quid because I've got my DAZN membership on there as well. Fumes. I'm not on Hollywood Alan Cash.
I was going to say, it's just amazing. Like, here, fights are so cheap. Like, I showed you the screenshot or whatever from Italy. DAZN there. I was like, why is
it was like
fucking
$25.99 or something.
Yeah. I was like, why is it not work? What? They've hiked it up. And it's like, no, it wouldn't work because I have a cheap ass UK version, which over there they're like, no.
I've got a bunch of fighters ready to slam you with a Me Too charge when you get famous enough, you know. Big Steve's on it, Denz is on it, Dan's on it. I might even get Russ on it. How much would that one go? Bro, he hit me in the genitals. It's going to be sick. We've got Russ tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, love Russ.
Do we collect our bet or not?
Nah, I think
you're gonna give it a pass.
Yeah. I think that all got a bit messy. I think we
we give it a pass.
Yeah.
Babe, I love you dearly. I'll see you tomorrow.
Love you too, baby. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.